Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to our Power Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash, Kal Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. That's in the ancient Hebrew, so all praises to Yahweh in the name of Yahushai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is the correct name for the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly called Jehovah, God, or Yahweh, and his son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, Yeshua, Yeshua. The true name for the God of the Bible in the Hebrew is Yahweh, and his son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai. I want to give the honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to all the brothers and they are pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. To them that believe, shalom. This lesson also in entitled about Job moment. But read the story or the history of Job here, which basically signify the elect's life here, our children of Israel on a whole, from us going through hell. Even the scripture, Second Ezra, the 7th chapter, comes to mind. We have to go through the narrow, we have to enter into the wide. But just meditating on the struggles, the persecution, the temptation, right? The scripture of chastisement that will go through on a whole, for exalt Hakim, for continue, press on, right? As the scripture tells us, the same affliction to us, to our brothers in the world, right? So let's go straight into it. It's Job chapter 2, and this is after Job lose basically almost everything. His sons and daughters basically get put to death, right? In cattles, and you get the news one after the other, right? And then if his body get physically touched, but the Most High Spirit is life, and that's us, at times here we'll go through Job moments like everything is going wrong, right? The worst the worst of the worst can happen one behind the other, so we all have our Job moments, maybe you lose a job, your woman want basically left you and take out child support, and these are just examples. Your car broke down, whatever, rain start fall, right? Like one after the other take place at times in our everyday life. Is like problem pop up one after the other at the worst moments. But it's all our test of integrity, prove of our fidelity, for Power Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and for even straighten us as well, make us hard, right, proving us, right. So this is Job chapter 2, and let's go to the point. Verse 9. It says, Then said his wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse the Most High and die. But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh, and shall we not receive evil? In all this did not Job sin with his lips. And that's the mindset we're supposed to have here, as Apostle Taharim said, of basically love to suffer. Because the Most High is a just power, you have his balance, right? You're not going to always receive good and not evil. You receive good, you're going to receive evil. You receive evil, you're going to receive good. That's the balance here, right? Especially in this walk of ours here, when we need that affliction, that chastisement for perjury, right? Let's see. A precept in James that came to mind. James 1:12 says, Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord had promised to them that love him. Right, so it's all about enduring the temptation. It is written, He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. So when you get tried here, you have to basically endure. I pray for the strength to endure. Right, as it's written, remember the patience of Job. See if we can find it. Alright. I'm going to start James 5 and verse 10. Take, my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Right, so the prophets had been before us, who were all persecuted. You know, you have Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego get cast in basically fiery furnace. Daniel get thrown in the lion's den. Was it Jeremiah? Jeremiah get thrown in the stocks. At one point him threw him in one pit, left him for dead basically. The prophet, the disciples, or apostles, them all get slaughtered. John reports that he was boiled in oil, and him live on him, them banish him to the island of Patmos. You know, and me miss out a lot, of basically even Hebrews the 11th chapter tell you about the persecution of basically holy men and women that stood stiffly, for Yahweh Shemir Shai, they suffered persecution, right? Some not seeing the promise, far off, but they believe it. And us here we're witnessing the end right now, so even more so, I was supposed to even have more courage and more strength to endure. Verse 11. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. Right, so Job was a great example. Now another example we have also, right, is our forerunner. Right, let's get it. Hebrews 12 verse 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, and earlier Paul basically lists a lot of holy men and women, in Hebrews 11 chapter, which I recommend brothers and sisters may read. Every time I go through that, you give me that level of comfort, and more energy if you push on, in whatever we are going through, whatever trial we are going through, whatever temptation, whatever tribulation, if we just continue and fight through it, right? It's like a boost of energy. It says, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doeth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. It's all about running with patience, right? Literally see the finishing line, but it does have to run. Continue, until we hear say that's it, yeah. Because we're in basically a race of endurance, the race of speed. Verse 2. Looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh. For consider him that endured such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds. And I'm going to skip down. Hey, verse 5. It says, and he have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. Every so moment, every moment, every, let me say, yeah, I think every so moment the statement is a term is used as, like every once in a while we go over these things here, the persecution that the hopeful elect will suffer. As even Paul did that, in the book of Acts 14 and 22. It says start 21. It said, and when they preached the gospel to that city, and had taught many, they returned again to Lystra, and to Iconium, and Antioch, confirming the souls of the disciples, and exalting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. Right, so it's all about through much tribulation. Yahweh Shai want us as well. Right, they have persecuted us. Right, him they will persecute. That come with it as well, the trial. But the point say of baptism, right, when I got you, and if them can drink of the same cup, and them say yeah, you will indeed. But it's not of my will to basically if a man sit on the right and on the left hand in the kingdom. Right, so it basically assures us that guess what, we will go through the persecution, we will go through the trials, John the 16th chapter, I believe, or 15th chapter, Matthew the 10th chapter, tells us about some of the persecution we'll go through. And I'm saying, tell we, of these things, that when the time come we be in our trouble. So we know them they are come. Right? It is written in the world you shall have tribulation, but in him we have peace. Right? So we're gonna go through it at times. At times it's gonna seem like everything is going wrong. I'm gonna say everything we mean like worldly affairs and whatever. Maybe bodily ailments as well. You're sick, or even getting sick in this COVID time and so-called COVID. Like I say, fuck, why am I get sick? No, right? You maybe try even everything in your power to not get sick. See regular people getting around, get a priest upon that because, they always trouble me, right? Growing in the sphere, I know people basically don't really give a shit that much about them health. Me will always try if stay healthy, cut off of the abomination, them with the scripture so enough to eat. And persons yam anything and do anything and them not sick. Right? This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse verse 31. So for if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. And so the more say purge us, the more say mold us into those acceptable creatures, that he desire. That's why we go through hell. That's why we go through the chastisement. While the world look like them a get way, but they will not. Right? As I think in the apocrypha this is Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 3. Let's try Israel that are second Israel. Yeah, but let's get to the point. Alright, so Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 5. And having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For Yahweh had proved them, and found them ready for himself. As gold in the furnace had he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. So we'll go through the fire, we'll go through the hell, we'll go through the tribulation on the daily. But it's what is basically making us perfect and meet for the master's use. So we will always have our Job moments, when everything seems like it's going wrong. Chaos after chaos and hell after hell, affliction upon affliction. But it's what molding us and keeping us perfect. As it's written, the captain of our salvation made perfect. We can get him now butchered. I think it's in the book of Peter. No, Hebrews. Hebrews 2 verse start 10 is about we see a Yahushua who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death, crowned with glory and honor, that he by the grace of Yahweh should taste death for every man. For it became him, for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings. So the sufferings we'll go through is actually mold us and make us perfect. So going back to Hebrews 12 and start reading about verse 5. And he hath forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Lord loveth he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth, because we went off, all have sinned and come short of the glory. And it is written, in me dwelleth no good thing. But though the outward man perish every day, the inward man is renewed day by day. Right, so we'll go through the chastisement to basically purify and make perfect the spirit, right, the inward man. Verse 7. If ye endure chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, wherefore all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. So if we don't get no chastisement, if we don't get no punishment, no correction, then you're basically bastards. The Father don't give a shit about you. But because him care about we, then him basically correct we. Verse 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? For they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. And that's basically inheriting eternal glory. The kingdom of heaven will be rulers trying to here is with Yahushua son. Verse 11. No chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Right, so when you go through it, everything you put your hand, you see the feel and ailments come up, maybe lose a job, maybe I get kicked, evicted or whatever. Just listing out some random things. Bear that's me facing. It may be a woman want take away kids or give you hell, and your family want put you out or whatever. Who knows? Getting hell, catching hell at your workplace. You're financially unstable. You go through some finance struggle, right? And problem of the problem, right? Demons are plague you, right? Though you're going through that, it's going to be grievous, yeah. So, but nevertheless, afterward it yielded the peace of the fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. Wherefore lift up the hands which hang down, and the feeble knees, and make straight paths for your feet, lest that is lamed be turned out of the way, but let it rather be healed. So drop the words me spirit, and take cheerfully. Right, as let's get a few words from the head of the church. Is it First Peter or Second Peter 4? I think of First Peter 4. And 12, it says, Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you, so some strange or some Job moment may pop up on the scene, and you're like, what the fuck this come from? Of all the things, this? Right? Yeah, don't think it's strange, yo. It's just condition come with a part of what we sign up for, So, but rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Yahweh's suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. Alright. Okay, let's drop it there. They get the famous Sirach. And close it there, Lord's willing. It's written, comfort one another with these words, because we all go through struggles, we all go through hell, on a day to day. Sometimes we fuck. So like about that, if we'll cut that out. But yeah, we all go through struggles, yeah, we all go through hell, at times, yeah, Job moments. But Syria Shirakim is a part of it, will basically a part of what come with it, yeah. We sign up for. It's here is written Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1. So my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart right and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. So when you come to serve the Lord, you know you will get temptations, you get trials, you get persecution, chastisement, right, for basically be purified and see what type of material we're made out of. You have to basically be proven meat for the master's use. You basically ultimately be a part of the elect. So cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So there's going to be time when we're changed to a lower state, when we're going through the mud, so to speak. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way right, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go on the side lest he fall. So we'll go through the trials, we'll go through the tribulation, we're going to have our Job moments, but none of them last forever as well. It basically is like a roller coaster, ups and downs. Sometimes it seems like you're only getting more downs than ups. But in the day, it's all for perfection. That we be a part of the elect. For me personally, at times I'm trying to remember. Alright, do still remember the Most High. Still know the name of the Most High. Right, name my son. I still have the Spirit. Alright, the most into the Holy Spirit from me. So alright, I'm good. And you pray, you fast, right, you read, you study, you do the lessons, right, do a job that I was supposed to do, prophesy, be brotherly as much as possible. And you pray that the most and remove the spirit from you. Because in a day, right, the scripture say, this is, I'm going to close with Lord's willing. Romans chapter 8 and verse 33. Who shall lay anything to the charge of Yahweh's elect? It is Yahweh that justifieth. Who is he that condemneth? It is Yahushua that dieth, yea rather, that is risen again, who is even at the right hand of Yahweh, who also maketh intercession for us. Who shall separate us from the love of Yahushua? Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? As it is written, For thy sake we are killed all the day long, we are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, neither height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of Yahweh, which is in Yahweh Shem Mashiach our Lord. Right, so nothing will be able, to stop the leg from being the leg, ultimately be delivered. But we will definitely go through the mud. Yahweh did it, and the creature, the servant is not greater than his master, right? The head go through it, then basically the body have to follow as well, right? He went through the worst, right? He took basically the blunt of it, but it's just something a part of us, can't remember the specific word anymore I use it, but it comes with the class here, part of we sign up for, right? We have to suffer the persecution. In this world, we're going to go through shit, we're going to suffer. As Yahushua said, he shall weep and lament. Sometimes only us, want to let it fall. Sometimes it may fall, who knows, right? To the level of shit we'll go through on the daily. But at the end of the day, right, we have, as it is written, right, the affliction of this time is not basically compared in comparison to the glory that we're going to get when our Lord return. We shall joy we might give it. No man shall be able to remove that joy. So hope this session was edifying and comforting unto you like out there. Of course, giving all praises to our power Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the full like.